Hi, I'm Lori Irwin. I am the Rising Freshman Girls Small Group Leader, and I'm going to talk about my answer to the question of what has your mind changed about because you followed Jesus. I became a Christian at a young age and was baptized. I loved Jesus. I was thankful for him dying on the cross for my sins. I knew he was always with me and that I belonged to him, but I was focused mostly on what he could do for me. And I thought more about what I wanted him to do for me. What I wanted him to give me a happy life. I wanted him to take away the bad circumstances around me, the challenges, the hard challenges. I wanted him to pave the way for my success. I wanted him to make me feel good about me. Do you hear that? Me, 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 me. Then I read a statement that changed everything. On the very first page of Rick Warren's book, The Purpose-Driven Life, are these 4 words that really made a change in my life. And the 4 words are, it's not about you. Okay, so look in the mirror and say that to yourself out loud. It's not about me. It turns out that the purpose, the very reason that I was put here on this earth, was not actually about me at all. Warren says in his book, life is about letting God use you for his purposes, not your using him for your own purposes. By making my relationship with God all about me, I was completely missing my purpose for glorifying God. Romans 8:5-8 in the Message says, those who think they can do it on their own end up obsessed with measuring their own moral muscle, but never getting around to exercising it in real life. Those who trust God's action in them find that God's Spirit is living in them, living and breathing God. Obsession with self in these matters is a dead end. Attention to God leads us out into the open, into the spacious, free life. Focusing on the self is the opposite of focusing on God. Anyone completely absorbed in self ignores God, ends up thinking more about self than God. That person ignores who God is and what he is doing, and God isn't pleased at being ignored. Whoa. Okay, so that just shows us we've got to focus on God rather than on ourselves. Next is Romans 8:29 in the Message says, God knew what he was doing from the very beginning. He decided from the outset to shape the lives of those who love him along the same lines as the life of his Son. The Son stands first in the line of humanity he restored. We see the original and intended shape of our lives there in him. After God made that decision of what his children should be like, he followed it up by calling people by name. After he called them by name, he set them on a solid basis with himself, and then, after getting them established, he stayed with them to the end, gloriously completing what he had begun. So God gave us an example to follow in Jesus. Next, Proverbs 3:5-7 says, trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, everywhere you go. He's the one who will keep you on track. Don't assume that you know it all. Run to God. Run from evil. See, we've got to trust in God and not ourselves. And then Hebrews 12:2-3. Keep your eyes on Jesus, who both began and finished this race we're in. Study how he did it, because he never lost sight of where he was headed. That exhilarating finish in and with God. He could put up with anything along the way. Cross, shame, whatever. And now he's there in the place of honor, right alongside God. When you find yourselves flagging in your faith, go over that story again, item by item, that long litany of hostility he plowed through. That will shoot adrenaline into your souls. So keep your eyes on Jesus and just do what Jesus did, but don't give up. 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, so we don't look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen. For the things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever. All these hard things that happen around us, the circumstances in life, they're only for a little while. What we need to focus on is Jesus, because he's going to last forever. And then last, here's some other things that we can think about instead of thinking about ourselves and our circumstances. Philippians 4:8. And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on whatever is true, and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. So, it's not about you.